So guys, this is the next question. In this question, we are given that the price of one shirt is $15 and the price of one sweater is $25, and the total prices for some amount of shirts and some amount of sweaters, it's $420, right? So we don't know the total amount of t-shirts. For example, X shirts and Y sweaters, the total amount is 420, and we have to tell and compare the total number of shirts and the total number of sweaters, right? So again, very simple. Let's assume there are X shirts, right? X shirts. So for this, one shirt, the cost is $15. So for X shirts, the cost will be 15X, right? Similarly, let's suppose there are Y sweaters, right? So the cost of one sweater is 25, the cost of Y sweaters will be 25Y, right? So this will be 25Y, right? And also we know that the total cost is 420. So total cost will be 15X plus 25Y is equals to 420. So this is the equation which we are getting. Okay, and we have to compare what? X and Y, because there are X shirts, so and there are Y sweaters, so we have to compare X and Y, right? Now the only solution that we can have for this, or the only, the way we can solve this question is by putting different values of X and Y which can satisfy this equation, right? For example, let's suppose we take X is equals to 1. If we take X is equals to 1, so that will become 420 minus 15, 405. But do you think is 405 divisible by 25? No, right? For example, if we take X is equals to 1, right? Then this becomes 25Y is equals to 420 minus 15, that is 405. So Y is equals to 405 upon 25, right? Which if you solve is somewhere around 16 point something, right? 25 on the 25, 15, right? So which will be 16 point maybe 0, 1, whatever, right? But we know that the value of Y has to be an integer, because Y is the total number of sweaters, and sweaters can never be in fraction. There can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 sweaters, but never in fraction, right? Obviously. So this is not possible, right? So similarly, let's try for X equals to 2. If you put X equals to 2, you will get 30. So 420 minus 30 will be 390. 390 is, again, it's not divisible by 25. So X equals to 2 is also not possible. Now, for example, let's take X equals to 3, right? If you take X equals to 3, this will be 45, right? So this will become 25Y is equals to 420 minus 45, right? So 420 minus 45 is how much? That is 375, right? So Y from here will be how much? Y will be 15, right? Y will be 15. So we have found one solution where X is equals to 3 and Y is equals to 15, right? And this solution, the values of X and Y completely satisfy the equation, right? So this is completely fine. And over here we can see that Y is greater than X, right? Y is greater than X. Now what we want to do is that now we can take X equals to 4 and we'll get some value of Y. We can take X equals to Y 5, we'll get some value of Y. But now what we want is that we want to make X greater than Y, because we have already shown that Y is greater than X. Now what we want to do is that we want to show X is greater than Y. So for that, now we'll start the reverse process, meaning earlier we were taking X equals to 1, X equals to 2, X equal to 3. Now we'll be starting off with Y is equals to 1, Y is equals to 2, Y is equals to 3. Okay. Now, for example, if you take, if you take Y is equals to 1, right? If you take y is equals to 1, then 15x is equals to, this will be 25, 420 minus 25 will be 395, right? 395. So if you divide this 15 to the 30, 95, this will not divide. Like x will come in decimals, which is again not possible because x is the number of shirts. So y is equals to 1 is not a valid option, right? Now let's try y is equals to 2. If we take y is equals to 2, so this will be 15x is equals to 25 to the 50. 420 minus 50 is 370. Again, 370 is not divisible by 15. Like both of them will not divide, right? So y is equals to 2 is also a bad option. So we can remove this. Now let's try y is equals to 3. If you take y is equals to 3, so 15x is equals to 25, 3 is 75. And 420 minus 75 is how much? That comes out to be 345, I assume, right? So 345. Is 345 divisible by 15? So x is equals to 345 upon 15, which is equals to 15 to the 34, 15 3 is a 45, yes. So that means x is equals to 23, comma, y is equals to 3 is a valid solution. So if you put x equals to 23 over here and y is equals to 3, you will get 420. That means this is valid, right? And in this case, if you see, x is greater than y, right? So in one solution, we found out that y is greater than x. In the other, we found x is greater than y. So in this case, x is the number of shirts. So the answer is A. In this case, because y is greater, which is sweater, so the answer is B. So sometimes the answer is A, sometimes the answer is B. So the final answer is D. I hope this is clear. So basically in these kind of questions, what you have to do is that you have to find out values of x and y such that x becomes greater than y for some value, and similarly y becomes greater than x for some value. And how do you do that? You do that by taking x equals to 1, 2, 3 and so on. You find a value of x. Then what you do is that you start taking y is equals to 1, 2, 3. And that is how you solve. I hope this should be clear.